got quite a bit of echo here, but hey, it is what it is. Welcome, ladies and germs. Welcome to High Noon Safety Meeting episode. I'm not really sure anymore, maybe 12 or 13 or something. Be kind of unfortunate if it was 13 and I didn't know it. But anyway, I'm going to mute myself here really quick while details people who can and cannot be here.
What's going on, everybody? This show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You have to be 21 and over to be here. If you're not 21 and over, you have to leave. Back to you, Fumi.
That's the way. Cheers, D. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. If you guys are hopping in to join us here, let me open up the chat here so I can see who's here. Cheers. Pardon the dank. You might be first in the chat for the first time. So happy firsting or whatever the fuck. I don't know what that is. Anyway, welcome, folks. Let me pin the link here before too long so that you guys can come join us. I'm going to have to bounce here in just about an hour. So if D wants to run it a little bit longer, we can hand it off to him. Otherwise, we might make this a slightly short High Noon Safety Meeting. We normally, if you guys are new, we normally go about an hour and 20 minutes. But like I said, today I have to leave about noonish. So there's the link right there. Come on, would you please pin it for me? Oh, it's always frustrating with this. The like emoji things pop up and then I can't pin the comment. Yes. Oh, wait, I'm not logged in. That's why. I can't pin it because I'm not logged in. Same shit, different day. All right, please hold. I'm going to post the link here in a second. You could copy and paste that link, but it probably won't work because YouTube is poopy. So I'm going to have to open this up in here in other places and stuff. So anyway, hop on and join us, folks. You know the drill. You've probably been here before. You've probably seen our show before. Hop on and join the conversation. Only one watching. How interesting. All right. Well, apparently we're not very popular today. Thank you, Pardon the Dank, for joining us, I guess, in the meantime. Are we on the wrong channel? No, I think we're on the right channel.
No.
Well, anyway, I guess I'll mute myself while I open up this other chat. D, introduce yourself, buddy.
What's going on? 4 people in the chat. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Pardon the dank. What's going on, buddy? You can find me on Instagram at D_zombie_. And as always, hello. I'm smoking on some dry ice hash, blueberry muffins, and I got some. Oh darn! I just brought the name of the bit. It is called. I forget. Anyways, all right. Anyways, yeah. Back to you, Fumi.
Here's D. I'm just making my. If you guys, you probably don't know what I'm doing. It's a French press. What's Fumi doing there? Is he fucking doing some weird sex shit? I don't know. Anyway, ladies and germs, no, I'm well, maybe it is some weird sex shit for somebody, but in the meantime, I'm just making some coffee. Hop on and join us, ladies and germs. I've actually timed the day a little bit poorly. My lunch is right next to the computer. It's exactly a slap chop, pardon the dank show. That's exactly what it is. Cheers, Ryan. Good to see you. Ryan is newly in legal Minnesota. Can you imagine that? It's freaking amazing. So good for Ryan for finally being able to actually grow some herb and tell people about it. How awesome is that? Although I've said this before, partly as I just spilled some coffee, partly as a kind of offshoot of the situation I'm having right now. I actually try to not tell people, really, to be honest, that I grow weed. You know, like I really honestly only tell people that I kind of trust, you know, because I've had a lot of problems over the past, or I've had some problems over the years with people who just don't keep their mouths shut. You know, even they might not be a problem, but they'll tell somebody who becomes a problem. I don't know. I think even these days with the legality and everything, I think people should still kind of mind their P's and Q's. I mean, it's great. Like I always marvel at, can't remember, well, I guess I wouldn't say his real name anyway, the dude from the Dude Grows show. He always or often lives or has lived in neighborhoods where basically everyone knew he was growing, and the whole neighborhood would come over for barbecues and stuff, and he'd share weed with them and stuff. And I fucking wish. But every time that I've lived somewhere, that just was not really an option. There were a ton of people I'm sure I could have shared it with, but there was a few that I definitely couldn't have. So I don't know. It's a tough one. But anyway, you can definitely get weed used against you, even in legal places. Ask me how I know. Weed is literally being used against me right now, even though it's legal, even though what I'm doing is appropriate. Everything is above board. Still, I'm getting fucked like a duck for the weed. People, mind your P's and Q's. Anyway, welcome to Barrington. Good to see you, buddy. He's saying afternoon stoners. Pip Jam MBF in the house. Welcome, buddy. Welcome, folks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a napkin before this coffee calcifies here and turns into coffee crystals, or however that process works. In the meantime, though, hop on, folks, and join us here. I'm gonna step away for just a second.
In the meantime, while Fumi's gone, I'll say hello to everybody in chat. What's going on, Pip? Good to see you again. I saw you at late last night, near the end of the show last night. T. Barrington, Ryan, Bud. That sucks with the traffic, Bud. Maybe it's Snoop Dogg's fault. Who knows? And of course, pardon the dank. What's going on, everybody? Poor Pizza Bait. Poor Pizza Dave. What's going on? Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing good. I'm smoking. I wish I could show this because it's freaking dope, but I have a hard time. But it's kind of see it. It is my dry ice hash.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a big old jar of it. Yeah, man.
Hop on, people. Holy cow. Oh, I guess I should probably share the whole video with the stuff and the things, because
Oh
otherwise
yeah, you do that? 'Cause I'm
all the usual cannabis Karens will age restrict this show. They age restricted yesterday's show, by the way, so I'm sure you guys are rebels without a cause, whatever you were doing. Talking too much and I don't know, looking at your forehead, all those things. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh wait, no, I'm at the wrong place. I'm not going to Fumidoro. What's that?
Oh, just saying welcome to Jay Freeman. I think that's a new person. I haven't seen that in here before. Welcome.
Now
Can you not get it?
I find my video. This is kind of frustrating. I have to go back to my regular channel and find the fucking video. All right, hopefully this will work. And every time I do it, it freaking doesn't share sound. So annoying. The whole point of this was to be able to share sound. All right, there we go. Hi there, everybody. There's a bird's nest behind me, and that bird is telling you that, first of all, before anything else in the show is for adults only, 21 and over. Wherever you are, if the rules are a little bit different, if you have to be 23 or 24 or something else, please follow your local rules. Where I am, it's 21 and over to be an adult, so please do follow those rules. The show is not for children. It is for adults only. Please also remember that this show is completely and totally drug-free. We do not actually purvey any kind of drugs of any kind. You cannot get drugs from this show of any kind. You cannot buy them, you cannot borrow them, you cannot steal them, you cannot get them bequeathed to you, you cannot get drugs from this show. So please do not bother reporting this show for purveying drugs or anything else. You cannot in any way get drugs from this show. There's no secret menu, there's no super secret menu, there is no other way to get any kind of illegal product from my show. Also, please remember, we're doing this a little bit impromptu, so please bear with us, ladies and gentlemen, for the bird squawks and everything else. Extremely dangerous challenges are not shown on the show. Challenges that pose an imminent risk of physical injury are never shown. Dangerous or threatening pranks are also never shown on the show. Pranks that lead victims to fear imminent, serious physical danger or that create serious emotional distress in minors. Instructions to kill or harm are never shown on the show, showing viewers how to perform activities meant to kill or maim others. For example, giving instructions to build a bomb meant to injure or kill others. Hard drug use or its creation is never shown on the show. Content that depicts abuse of or giving instructions on how to create hard drugs such as cocaine or opioids. Hard drugs are defined as drugs that can mostly lead to physical addiction. I add the proviso that sometimes you'll hear people on the show interact or have tell stories about how they have interacted in one way or the other with some drugs, cocaine, opioids, other drugs in their past. Please always assume that those are negative portrayals. Those are cautionary tales, and you should never under any circumstances emulate those stories. It's the position of Fumidoro and Fumidoro and the Flavors, everyone on Fumidoro and all of the guests, that drugs are bad and you should not under any circumstances emulate those stories. And of course my phone locked while I was talking. Instructional theft or cheating is never shown, ladies and gentlemen. Showing viewers how to steal tangible goods or promoting dishonest behavior would never be discussed on the show. Hacking is never shown. Demonstrating how to use computers or information technology with the intent to steal credentials, compromise personal data, or cause serious harm to others, such as but not limited to hacking into social media accounts. And finally, bypassing payment for digital content or services, showing viewers how to use apps, websites, or other information technology to gain unauthorized access to audio content, audiovisual content, full video games, games, software, or streaming services that normally require payment. We would never discuss any of those things. Finally, once again, ladies and gentlemen, the show is, of course, for adults only, and of course, we do not, under any circumstances, offer drugs to you. Even though other channels might have secret menus, we do not. We under no circumstances can you find anything illegal in the show. The cannabis content that we do discuss is legal under the 2018 Farm Bill, and the seeds that we purvey also are legal. All the breeders that come through the show, it's legal for us to purvey seeds because the seeds have no THC in them. So they are legal under the 2018 Farm Bill. Thanks, folks, for bearing with the introduction of the prologue here. Thank you indeed, folks, for putting up with that. I don't know why we have to do it, but we do. In the meantime, welcome Jay Freedom. Exactly right. He says, loose lips sink ships. I used to chat with everyone at the grow store, yet wooks weren't all good. No, fuck me. Ask me about the wooks. Holy fucking shit. Some of you guys know my history with a particular fucking wook that's, done some shit to my channel and some other stuff. Anyway, yeah, don't trust the wook more than anybody else, honestly. What's that, D?
What's a wook?
It's kind of pejorative. I hate to say it, so I probably shouldn't be using that word. It's kind of like the word dirty hairy hippie, but basically in this case it's like dreadlock grow bro. That's kind of the kind of thing. So yeah, it's a bit offensive of a word, to be honest. Like I always feel a little bit weird saying it because it's, in this case I'm fine saying it because the dude is a fucking shitbag, the one that I'm thinking of. There aren't words enough that I could describe him, to be honest, but yeah, it's a little bit rough. We're talking about some girl walking by. She's like, "Oh, look at that Wook over there." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not sure." I think it's supposed to be like Wookiees, like Star Wars. Anyway, they all want to be your roommate. Cheers. Oh, that's it, right?
Okay, well, thank you.
That particular Wookiee doesn't actually drive a car. He actually drives his roommate's car. How funny is that? His live-in adult roommate's car he drives. So that's normal. Cheers, Bud Kilowatt. Good to see you, buddy. He's saying South Dakota event sounds possible. Wow, right on.
San Diego.
What's he saying? Oh, San Diego. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, he's talking about dog, I think.
Pardon, just asking if anyone's going to the Farmers Cup on Sunday in San Diego.
Part of his mission? Well, Bud Kilowatt, you can fulfill your mission by delivering me doggy pound cuts. That sounds hilarious. Cheers, by the way, everybody. Cheers for a piece of day. Good to see everybody. By the way, for folks who don't know, I am actually having to upend my garden completely. I have to move my garden, and it's really quite sudden. So it's a little bit difficult on top of all the other problems I have shoved at me right now at this moment. So I think, thankfully, I don't want to reveal any details for specific reasons, but I think I have ways to deal with my garden. So that's actually wonderful. It's a huge weight off my chest for the last few days. It's been overwhelming. Like, fuck, I'm gonna have to toss my entire library away and stuff. And even though that is, first of all, a very common thing in cannabis, but second of all, in many cases you could get those things back. Fuck, it would set me back 6 months or a year, honestly, with all the different projects I want to do. So it's a good thing that, thankfully, to some really nice friends, I think I'm going to be able to bank some stuff. But just in case, I have had problems, and if you've never had a problem before, you will. If you've ever moved plants, if you've ever upended a garden, if you've ever basically set up in a new garden, there are always unforeseen consequences. There are always unforeseen problems, and you always end up basically having some kind of a problem you couldn't have possibly accounted for. Some plants die for no particular reason that you can come to, on and on and on. So I'm still asking. I don't know for sure that I'm going to take advantage of all these opportunities as I get them, but I'm asking if anybody would like to take some clones and obviously give them back to me in a couple of months. Hopefully that option is on the table. So I would like to, in some cases, I would like to double and triple bank so I don't lose some things. If possible, DM me or text me, Fuming Art Chronic Table, or of course, if we follow each other on Instagram. I honestly sometimes don't use Instagram, so better probably Fuming Art Chronic Table. Or also, lately people have been DMing me on Discord, so you can definitely do that. You can DM me on Discord. What else? Yeah, I guess that's the main part of it. But also, I guess with that said, frankly, same shit, different day. If you guys still want to send me clats, if you still want to send me clones or something, I have stuff to trade. Especially now that I got to move a bunch of stuff, I'm definitely going to have clones in the works that I want to give away or trade away or something else. So, folks, if you have something interesting that you would like to share with me, I would very much like to share. What else? Oh, I might as well actually say, by the way, folks, speaking of the 20s coming up, so speaking of the freaking moving of the garden, I'm doing a moving sale basically for the genetics, ladies and germs. So just use the coupon code moving sale over at
That's
Fumidoro
it.
on my genetics, and you'll save yourself a pretty hefty 42% off. And because of the craziness of all of this, and it's going to take me a little bit to ship the packages and stuff, I think I'm going to hook you up. So I think you guys are going to have some interesting surprises. So check it out if you guys would like to. It would help out quite a bit, I can tell you that. So try moving sale as the coupon code. Normal coupon code, of course, is brains. How's that normally pronounced, D?
Brain.
And in the meantime, gosh, that is really something. Somebody told me about some wildfires on Maui and the Big Island in Hawaii and are forcing people to flee into the ocean to escape danger.
Oh
Jesus.
shit.
For real though. Anyway, swim to safety, I guess. Holy crap.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, folks. Cheers. Happy 420. Guess I can put
Perfect timing, Mrs. D.
Mhm.
There you go, 420.
Okay. And
where is everybody? Is everyone's busy today?
Will you speak your name?
That's right. Beetlejuice. Oh shit, he did it. Maybe I'll roll up a joint. I think I only have enough weed for one more joint here with me. Let's check.
So I was watching a bunch of Monty Python videos before the show
Oh,
started. And I was thinking, it's too bad we can't use music in the show because of
Mhm.
YouTube. So I would have loved the. I guess there would be so many things I'd used from Monty Python.
There are ways to do it, but it's just this fucking show, man. It's just always stagnated and it fucking sucks. Every time we've ever had a good idea or something, someone ended up basically making me regret it, essentially, by being a fucking asshole or acting out of pocket. So I've thought about it. Florinugs, I think maybe it wasn't. Anyway, somebody gave me the idea for getting an ASCAP license. You can actually get what's the word I'm looking for? Permission, basically, to use. I mean, the different music studios all have different permissions, which is super fucking frustrating. But the majority of the music you can actually access, including, I don't even know, Ariana fucking Grande and Post Malone, whatever, you can get with an ASCAP license, and it's not that expensive even. It's I don't know, like $30 a month or something. It's actually less than you'd think. I'd figured it'd be $100 or something a month, but no, it's like a $30 a month. But again, that adds up to all of the costs of the show, which are kind of substantial, honestly. I got to pay extra hosting. I got to pay for the freaking Epidemic Sound for the podcast, on and on and on and on. So it's like another under $100 a year. Oh, okay. Pardon the dank says under $100. Well, maybe it's more than I thought it was. Still, it's doable. Oh, $100 a year. Okay. I mean, see, it's one of those things. It's like, fuck, that's almost doable. I don't know. If the show were to get a little bit bigger, I would basically go for that because it would be really fucking fun to have music on the show. I remember how much fun Subcool had on his like DJing shows and stuff, and how we would just kind of rock out and have sessions. It'd be super fun. One reason why people have been saying to move to Kick and Twitch and stuff is that the rules are a lot more permissive over there, I think. I'm not really sure. Anyway, there's just been so much being thrown at me. I haven't had a chance to really work on it. I'm trying to figure out how to kind of revamp the show, I have to be honest, because I am excessively tired of a couple of do-nothing cannabis Karens that sit in their fucking mom's basement just jerking off all day reporting the show. No, it really gets to me. Honestly, it really gets to me. And the fucking dreadlock wook shitbag. Dude doesn't even drive a car. I mean, he was so dumb. He's so fucking dumb. I cannot describe to you. I was running out of gas on the way. I'm not going to say who because that's just not fair at this point. The guy can't fight back. We were driving somewhere in a hurry, and I was running out of gas, and it was nighttime because we were literally in a fucking hurry. And wouldn't you know it, because of the kind of hollowing out of the weed industry, all the gas stations were closed too. They used to be 24 hours this, well, pandemic too, probably. But circumstances, or a circus of freaking circumstances, basically caused all the goddamn gas stations to be closed. And all of a sudden, I'm running out of fucking gas, and it's like, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning or something. So I asked this guy, "Hey, find me a gas station." He literally can't drive, so he's sitting in the fucking passenger seat as I'm driving, fucking exhausted. And I'm like, this one thing he could probably do. He has a smartphone. He's checking his fucking Facebook on the whole time. Check for gas, please. So I said, "Could you please check for gas?" Motherfucker leads us off the road, 10 minutes off the road. He's like, "No, it's worth it. It's a stay. You'll be good." Motherfucker leads us off the road for 10 minutes to a natural gas pump, to a commercial natural gas pump for commercial trucks. And so I wasted another 20 minutes of gas because I had to go back to the road, basically. And I just about left him on the fucking road. And that shitbasket McGee has been reporting my fucking show for months. It's something else. So, like, I could understand if, I don't even fucking know, someone worthwhile, someone that probably didn't have shit on the bottom of his shoe 24 hours a day, if somebody that was like not odorific on a general basis was reporting this channel, I would like maybe, I don't even know, take it more serious. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, but it fucking drives me nuts that a couple of dipshits keep this channel teeny tiny, and none of these ideas that we have would amount to anything. You know, like I would just be paying out of pocket for the music, and we'd probably end up turning people off because some people don't like some of the music that you play. You know what I mean? It's really annoying. So I realize that I'm probably sounding like a weirdo, but I want to find a way to get out of the fucking slump of this bullshit. And so far, I haven't been able to do that because every idea that I've had involved kind of not doing these live shows, which, hey, that's an option too. But I kind of do like the live shows. The whole idea of the live shows was to be live, not in person, but virtual cannabis cafe. And I've said for years, I like the idea of, we don't have to tell the whole story about Viennese cafes, but just cafes, and you have a chance to talk to people and share experiences. I like the idea of having an open, I thought I was talking to Dee, but I guess I'm talking to you guys. I like the idea of having an open conversation live that's not recorded, that's basically that anyone off the street technically could come in and see. I don't know. It's frustrating though, because these live conversations end up allowing some shitbags that cause problems. It's a real problem. Some cool would sign and play air drums in the music. Dude, Sub had so much fun. He was always talking about how his secret dream was always to have been a DJ. Garden tours are sweet too, for sure. In the future, I hope to be able to do more garden tours. So that's one of the benefits of the crazy crap that's happening to me right now, is that I had to make really a lot of compromises for my previous situation. I mean, it's still my current situation, I guess, the grow, but it's changing over, thankfully. Had to make a lot of really dumb compromises, and I couldn't ever really hardly show my grow, and on and on and on. So I could show pictures, but I couldn't show the live garden and stuff. So hopefully in the future, I'll actually be able to do that.
Right on.
Yeah, I think people, I don't know. First of all, there's not enough maybe of that content anymore on YouTube, because a lot of it got really just hammered. And so a lot of the well, I guess there's Mr. Canucks, but he kind of has his own lane. But really a lot of the garden tours and stuff, there used to be Northwest J. He's around every once in a while, I guess I see, but man, there used to be a ton of different channels, and I can't even remember hardly all the channels that used to show up their gardens. Most of them have petered off, so it actually would be nice for people to be able to see that kind of stuff. YouTube used to function kind of like Wikipedia, but they have obviously, probably just to save money, and this is the real fuckery of it. YouTube used to be a lot better company, or Google used to be a lot better company, YouTube too. Probably just to save money, they've deprioritized a lot of their old videos, and they've really changed the entire algorithm. So in many cases, you kind of struggle to find older videos. So if you were to search for no-till gardening, they won't show you stuff from Urban Farmer from 5-6 years ago. You know, if people remember, if you used to watch Urban Farmer, Frank the Worm and everything else, they won't show you that shit anymore. They'll show you whatever's been basically brought up in the last year or two. And a lot of times it won't even be accurate. It'll just be something that YouTube thinks is more relevant. And it saves them money because they can just kind of deep stash all the other stuff in the servers. A little bit dumb. What's the fuck? the Hollywood studios are kind of doing the same thing, honestly, a worse version of it, where they're just removing shows to save money. Like HBO, when they got bought out by this new fuckface Zaslav or whatever, he just cut a bunch of shows because he's like, nah, it costs money to stream them, so we're just going to cut them. So they just like removed a ton of stuff. There was this show Raised by Wolves by Ridley Scott, crazy good show. They just took it off, just gone. Fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's good to see, buddy. Uptown Grow Lab, exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Was you part of the tank show because your buddy Uptown Grow Lab has it's been suspended in the past week or so. God damn it. They just never end with this stuff. The trolls and the weird algorithms, and I am not convinced that it's YouTube. Like YouTube is really permissive with a lot of garbage. So I'm really not convinced. For years now, people have been saying, oh, it's the YouTube algorithm, bro. I don't think so, man. I think that it's basically a couple of fucking assholes. And I think those couple of assholes subscribe to everything and have nothing better to do and sit in front of a gigantic computer screen and just look at all the channels and play like a little spider, basically picking all the different channels. Seriously, I think all these years, I think a lot of it has been just absolute shitbags, basically. And it's really sad to see it. Because, for example, I see a very kind of a consistent pattern in the way my shows are reported, in the times of the hours they're reported, very unusual times and stuff. It's almost as if someone is recording it and are basically watching it after the fact and reporting it after the fact. Anyway, regardless, because if it was a bot, it would happen right away. It would happen in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I going to say? I don't know. I guess no one's going to come on here, man. I don't know. I guess it's just you and me today. I guess, I don't know. Maybe we just cut it early or something because I got
Sure.
shit.
It's up to you.
I don't know. What the fuck? Maybe we'll just cut it early. All right. I don't know. We'll give it a few minutes. I was going to maybe roll up a joint, but I literally only have like one joint to roll. So I was thinking maybe I'd save it for a little bit later. Yeah, it's really not that much right now. I could.
Yeah, you can't even see it.
It's nice
Hold it
though.
up. Oh, now you see it.
It's Sour Morgana, but it's not very well trimmed, as you can see. But dude, I could get like 2 pinners out of this or one very nice joint.
I do the one very nice joint.
I know, right? Seriously, I'm thinking about doing that. Yeah.
It was just the way you were holding it up first. It was like that. There's like nothing there. Like, oh, look at this nice butt I have.
It's not bad. It's probably 1.5 grams or so.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
though.
Wow.
Nice thing about these, I always talk about these Medtainers, is that I'm not sponsored by them or something. I just bought this a few years ago. I love the grind on the bottom because it's kind of a tear grind. I actually sometimes, even when I'm home, I sometimes will grind it with this because I love, you guys have probably seen me before. I normally chop my weed, but even that is not ideal because honestly, you want to distribute your weed as little as possible. You don't want to rip into the trichome heads and stuff until you actually smoke them because you don't want all that the terpenes and stuff basically off gassing or whatever, you know what I mean? So the less you fuck with it, the better. And these tears, it kind of works the best because it just kind of renders the flower apart. You just, do it for a couple, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds or whatever, toss it out, and it gives you a bunch of chunks and it burns well, but also super flavorfully. It's really cool. Anyway, I guess I'm babbling. The nice thing about it is you can grind it super well, and this is airtight, so you can walk around and you don't smell like freaking ganja all the time. But it only fits like maybe not even a quarter. Like you really have to squash it. If you have something really dense like cookies or something, you could probably fit a quarter in here. But if you have anything that's like normal, you really have to squash it in there to get more than maybe like a little bit over 1/8. So that's kind of annoying.
But what I do too is I got one actually in the car just in case of an emergency. I got the maintainer in the car, and I actually used to put pre-rolls in there. So I used to roll my joints.
Nice.
And it holds like 8, 9, maybe 10 joints, depending on the size. It's perfect.
For the day, that way, soon have I thought about doing a kayak channel? Actually, I thought about doing a few things, to be honest. And there's a couple of things. Actually, I hate to say it, but there was going to be some stuff before too long. But with this fucking craziness, I don't have time to do any of it. But yeah, it is really sad when we talk about it. It's kind of sad that we have to go and do other kinds of channels to get fucking play on YouTube. And why would you want to get play on YouTube? Yeah, it's its own kind of weird question, I guess. Part of it is just I'm sick of having this low momentum. You know what I mean? This channel has been around for about 3 years or something, still have not gotten to 2,000 subscribers, even though there's a fanatically loyal audience. See, that's the weird thing. It's not like, I could get it if I had 5 people watching or something. There's plenty of people that I've subscribed to over the years. Dude, I'm subscribed to too many people on YouTube. It's annoying. Anyway, but over the years, I've subscribed to a bunch of people, and they'll have sometimes 15, 20,000 subscribers. But, maybe they were known for something 10 years ago or something, right? And that's why people watched them. And now when they'll go live or something, 3 people will watch, 5 people will watch. So I would understand if my growth were that small, but no, man, it's really the constant reporting and the trolls and everything else, and even affects the quality of the discussion. Like it's not to say that the quality of the discussion is low. It's just that the discussion that we have is perhaps not the style that I wanted to or envisioned a long time ago. And we used to have a lot more of what I envisioned, whereby we would have all kinds of disparate voices. We'd have people who talked about wine and beer and freaking different types of cannabis. And even we would have discussions between the growers a little bit more about synthetic versus organic. I mean, on some level, I'm happy that a lot of the people on the show really have settled into all being kind of organic, but it is also nice to have an interchange of ideas. And some of the fucking crazy drama of the show, and of course some of it's just the pandemic went past and people are not stuck in their house anymore and stuff like that, but also drama, and I've seen this on other channels, a lot of the drama that's come through these channels has pushed a lot of people away who don't really want to participate in one way or another in the drama, which is understandable. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't participate in this fucking drama, at least not willingly. And I would like to find a way to get out of the stupid bullshit, basically, of the constant reporting and the trolls and the he said, she said, and the this, and he doesn't like you, she doesn't like you. It would be nice to honestly just frankly talk about cannabis, talk about the stuff that we like to talk about positive things, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of positive things to talk about. One of the things that frustrates me on this show is that very few of us are actually commercial growers, I think for good reason. And yet, weirdly enough, we end up talking a lot about the commercial grow scene. Half the time, and again, I don't mean to single Bud Kilowatt out for this, but it just happens that he knows a lot of those people. He'll end up talking about how bad the commercial grow scene is. He's not a commercial grower. I'm not a commercial grower. Most of us are not commercial growers. Why are we talking about commercial grow? How horrible their scene is. Fuck those people, honestly. Like, they made their bed. Let them fucking sleep in it. I guess I'm being an asshole because a lot of the growers didn't make the bed. It was the investors and stuff. But those people basically were not doomed for great success and quality with their weed, right? We shouldn't wish them success, really. We shouldn't necessarily wish them failure either. But why are we talking about them? You know what I mean? Why are we talking about something that's not what we do? I think we should spend a lot more time talking about just the growing, the nitty gritty of it, the freaking ins and outs of it, the stuff that we like to talk about. You know what I mean? Anyway. Compost beds, yeah, exactly. D. Thoughts on Twitch Cannabis for the live and repost a recording here. I'm kind of not interested in paying for more channels. So Cannabis, I think, is a pay channel now. And when I had a Cannabis channel, I never got any play. I had to physically ask, and I guess they do this on purpose because they are the anti-Instagram, and Instagram is a fuck pile of garbage. That's there. You'll get no argument from me. They don't use any algorithmic boosting for posts. So pretty much if you post something, just your friends like it and that's that. Well, the problem is not everyone's online and blah, 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 blah. So you'd post something and you'd get 3 likes and you get 4 likes and whatever. And it felt like a waste of time. And the only time that I would actually get any kind of engagement was if Q or somebody would actually, Q or JR Token would actually like pin the post or something, or, up the post or whatever. And I don't want to keep asking them like, hey, Q, can you please up my post or whatever. So I don't know. It's a little frustrating. I would like to participate in Cannabis, but I've never had never figured it out, to be perfectly honest. Twitch, I've been talking about for fucking ages and just never done it. Maybe with this changeover, maybe I'll do it, because one of the things that I never really had a chance to do, this is actually more just my laziness, is build studios. Like I could have honestly, you guys know Tara Lee Live, she's got that amazing studio behind her. Could have totally, I mean, I'm not going to build anything that fancy, but I could honestly even sit like right here where I'm sitting. Choose virtual background. None. Yeah, I mean, see, it's fine there. I could totally talk on Twitch there. But what was I talking about? Twitch is mostly known for the crazy sets with the fucking lights and everything else. So I felt really out of place joining up on Twitch. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Twitch definitely, I think, is a lot more rewarding to YouTubers. I keep getting these really frustrating surveys and stuff from YouTube where they're like, participate in the monetization and earning money on YouTube. Well, they clarified a couple of years ago that anybody that does anything regarding cannabis farming cannot monetize in any way, or they'll get their channel banned. Still, plenty of cannabis channels monetize their shit. I don't know how they get away with it, but I know for sure that I would not be able to take that risk. I would get fucking stomped the next day.
Yeah.
Well, I basically haven't been able to monetize YouTube for the longest time. YouTube, apparently, or not YouTube, Twitch does quite a bit better with that. And it's not like I'm greedy or something. I'm not trying to make fucking tens of thousands of dollars from this channel. I just would like to make sure that, the costs that I pay for it and stuff don't that fuck, they get paid for, shit, this is not charity and so on. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with making money. This is whether you like it or not, this is a capitalist economy.
What about
What's that, D?
oh, Zestera says OnlyFans.
We laugh, but apparently that is an option for people. Who was it? Smash was talking about Pornhub, and Pornhub for a while was attracting non-porn channels because they were saying, hey, we don't engage in censorship unless you're actually illegal or something like that. So there were actually for a little while a bunch of weed channels during the old YouTube purges. I think that Pedro had a channel on there. I think a couple of people had channels on fucking Pornhub. I want to say that I always say his name wrong. Doggo the Hut. I think he had a channel on Pornhub.
There's actually Howard Stern videos on there too.
Really?
Yeah. That's some of the stuff they can't really watch on YouTube.
I bet. God, that channel has been on for the longest time. It's crazy to think. And his channel has changed a lot, or his show rather has changed a lot. He used to be this like just brash fuckboy DJ, blah blah blah. Now he has like serious conversation. Well, actually, for the last couple of times I watched, but I guess he was having super serious conversations. He was honestly one of the best interviewers that this country really has. It was really stunning to me. I remember him years ago because at the time I had a subscription to Sirius or whatever, and I remember him talking to Robert Downey Jr. back when he was still just kind of breaking out with the Iron Man.
Mhm.
He was like super surprised still because he'd been a junkie for so many years, but he's being hit with all this success. But he had really interesting questions that this guy he was pulling out of him. And then of course in the middle of the interesting question, your thoughts and motivation about life, then he says like, when's the last time you butt fucked your wife? That's turn.
Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr. is like, what
Mhm.
yesterday?
Uh-oh.
Those two guys. Anyway,
Yeah, he's an awesome interviewer. Oh, there it is.
yeah, definitely not an idiot, that's for sure. Sandwich.
Or you can go there.
Thank you, come. That's pretty funny.
I can turn it off.
Let's hear. Yeah, Pardon the Danks show says I quit the. By the way, if you guys don't know, that is Flora Nugs. Make sure to subscribe to his show.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times a week he has. He just said he had JJ Kitchen. A couple times a week he has people on there. JJ Kitchen, another person that got his channel fucked up by YouTube. He had, I think, almost maybe 50 or 60 or 70,000 people. I don't remember. Ton of people on his subscriber list, and they fucking axed his channel, and he had to start over. And now he's still has only got 5,000 or something back. Really frustrating. Cheers, Southern VT. Good to see you, buddy.
This is a good question for you. Jay Freeman.
Asking me, Jay Freeman, or are you asking, what's he saying here? What are your toughest genetics that grow well in low humidity, low chance of intersex? Didn't get in a good enough cutting of my Hazeman pre-98 / what would that H be? Hash plant G13 probably. That's an interesting cross. Hazeman pre-98. Is it the pre? Okay, that part I would know more about that. Every time I hear people say pre-98, it's most Bubba or Blueberry, a couple other ones. I wonder what Flora thinks. Well, I'm just gonna, you're asking me. Interesting question. My toughest genetics. Well, I'd like to think that my toughest genetics are in the works right at the moment, but my toughest genetics are released. Go figure. This probably sounds surprising to you, but actually Morgana. I know that probably does sound surprising because she's so colorful. Ironically, that is the only kind of weak phenotype that I've ever had from Morgana, but really a strong plant. Honestly, all the Morganas have been really, really good hybrids. They're usually quite dominant. They're usually the biggest plants in the garden, if not the biggest, one of the biggest. If you get that phenotype, it'll be one of the smallest in the garden, but you'll enjoy it anyway, because it's classy as fuck, and it's really heavy. Thank you, D. But yeah, she's pretty well resistant to bud rot, mold, PM, spider mites, fucking thrips, on and on and on. She's really quite resistant, honestly. The sour Morgana line has been a little bit less resistant to PM, but still resistant to spider mites and everything else. So anyway, yeah, Morgana is pretty solid, to be perfectly honest. Morgana V2 has been a little bit smaller than Morgana V1, maybe just because of the BPR father, basically, but that Black Prince Ruby father should have conveyed quite a bit more mold resistance, even than the first generation had, because it's a distillation basically of that father. Regardless, Morgana is pretty strong. And then, like I say, I'm pretty sure, even though the Oaxacan Thunderfuck, I've been complaining about it for a little while. I think I've finally cracked the code with it. We'll see, but it's going to take me a little while to stabilize it. There's going to be a few things that I'm going to release, hopefully in the near future, that you guys will, I think, like. But also, I don't have a lot of problems with intersex. It's one of the reasons why every time people have tried to troll me for that kind of stuff, it just doesn't really work. Like, people that grow my genetics actually quite like them. And I stand behind them. So at any time there's a problem, I will take care of it. Like, honestly, I'll take care of it. I have one customer right now that has basically an issue with some of their products, and I'm going to take care of it. So folks, if you ever do have a problem with my genetics of any kind, honestly, if you're just dissatisfied, please let me know. I want you to be happy with them. I've said before, it is frustrating when a customer is unhappy, but I would rather try to find a way to make them pleased than anything, instead of ignoring them or something like that. So it's the word I'm looking for. You can't please everybody all the time, but you can definitely try to please them like the second time or something. I don't know. That sounds fucking weird. Hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. Well, ladies and germs, I think maybe I'm going to wrap this up because I don't think anyone's going to hop on here. Morgana definitely doesn't slow veg. She doesn't slow anything. She's a pretty strong plant, so I think you'll enjoy her. Quite a bit of purpling and stuff in the Morgana line. I would say, honestly, a good probably 50%, maybe even 60% of the line has some good purpling. The whole line should have good fall colors on the leaves, like even the very green phenotypes usually have very nice fall colors. So if you're into that kind of stuff, but yeah, anyway, Morgana, take a look. There's a few generations of Morgana right now. There's also, if you have the what's the word I'm looking for? If you're a little bit spicy of character, try the newest Morgana, the Black Soma Morgana. That's my cherry black Morgana, probably the like maybe not the biggest Morgana, but one of the biggest, highest yielding Morganas, because actually the one that I always tell you guys about, the Very Berry, that one was fucking ridiculous. Jars and jars of that one. But Cherry Black Morgana, basically literally a sister to the Sour Morgana that I talk about. She is a little bit more smoky cherry, gassy smoky cherry, like a campfire kind of. With that a sweeter cherry, not that sour, but kind of a sweeter cherry. Really, really nice aroma on that one. And a kind of a sister, honestly, of this right here. But when people would smoke this and say, fuck, that's elegant, this other one is more like kind of in your face. There's an elegance to it, but it's also very like in your face. Anyway, cross that one to the Coot Special. And the Coot Special, that Highland Side Kerala, it has its own kind of in-your-faceness with the terpene and the pinene and stuff. Take a look at that one, but that one is more, most of the Morganas are 60-day crosses. The Black Soma Morgana is basically probably 69, 71, 72-day cross, like that, right in that general vicinity. Anyway, I guess it is. I'm going to finish my coffee here and maybe slowly get my show on the road here for a second. Ladies and germs, don't forget to use the coupon code Moving Sale. You know what? I forgot to go live yesterday because I was honestly busy. Sorry, I'm thinking about two things at once. Forgot to show off the Jack the Ripper mail, and I was like, "Fuck, I got to chop him down," and I can't show him off after I chop him down. So I was like, I might go live tonight for just a second. And just before I chop them down, I have basically Jack the Ripper that I want to show, a Bedrock Boogie #2, and then a small but very pretty cuvee, and then also I guess right next to her is that Oaxacan Thunderfuck. So yeah, I guess I could show a little bit of 4 plants or whatever. I'm going to need testers for all 3 of those. I guess I already pulled down the Afghan. So I've said this before. I said yesterday. So for anyone that wasn't watching yesterday, among all the crazy news, there's been a lot of crazy fucking news, but there's been some really bright spots actually. And like Bud Kilowatt says, it always pays to focus on that kind of stuff. So there's a couple things that I need testing with actually. My direct breeding and then some Fumidoro Skunkworks projects, ladies and germs. It's true. And by the way, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you guys are interested in working with Fumidoro Skunkworks, in fact, I think I'm going to call it Fumidoro Skunkworks because that's fucking hilarious. But in the meantime, ladies and germs, fuck, that's a good name. I should have thought of that before. Anyway, ladies and germs, there has been the first Fumidoro Skunkworks project. It's just about to be released. It is a little bit premature for me to say anything, but I think it's okay because everything looks to be working out. But someone who very dedicated fan of the show, we'll just put it that way because I think they want to stay private for the moment, did some breeding with some Fumidoro genetics. Basically, I need to write this down because it is kind of complex and I end up forgetting. It is Forum cut cookies crossed to the Coot Special. So of course, Coot Special, please remember it was a Highland Thai Kerala. So when I say Coot Special, just remember that. Forum cut cookies, it was actually, is it the thin mint cut? I think oftentimes it is called the thin mint cut. Regardless, it's the same cut that a lot of your favorite breeders basically used for their cookies cuts. Not a bullshit cut of Forum cut cookies. There are a couple of bullshit cuts out there. Ask me how I know. In the meantime, Forum cut cookies crossed to Coot Special. Also, Runts of Eden crossed to Coot Special. Runts of Eden is runts crossed to Forbidden Fruit. The Forbidden Fruit is this. I didn't breed that, but I know who did. And the Forbidden Fruit cut is the same cut that I have. The Forbidden Fruit cut that I've told you guys about with my breeding line. I almost said strain. My breeding line Figment. That's of course the Forbidden Fruit crossed to the Coot Special. Well, a little bit different. I did a little bit of private breeding work, Runts of Eden to the Coot Special. And then basically now those two have been cracked together. So Mr. X, we'll call that person, has basically used I should probably just fucking name these because it'll be a little bit easier, but the Coot or the Forum cut cookies to the Coot Special is the male. Fucking showstopper. I mean, I don't know if I've seen a nice male like that for a while, and my Jack the Ripper is fucking spectacular too. That male is, you guys will see some pictures of it. It's a fucking showstopper. Then that was crossed to both of those crosses. So it was crossed to the Runts of Eden Coot Special cross and the Girl Scout cookies, or rather Forum cut cookies, because I guess sometimes technically those are two different things, or they can be considered two different things. You know what? I can't answer that right now. Hopefully I've been clear on that. Okay, yes, I think so. So the male is Forum cut cookies crossed to the Coot Special. The four females actually are, and so we're going to have, I think, 4 different testers technically because they were 4 different phenotypes. We can figure that out later if you'd like to run both or something. Showstopper of a fucking male. I think that's going to be some super frosty stuff. I think it's honestly going to be whatever. I mean, I don't have to be hyperbolic or anything else. I think it's going to be some real nice stuff. A lot of times people complain about cookies that it doesn't have a long-lasting high, that it doesn't have a traditional high, that it basically has kind of a party high, on and on and on. Well, on the one hand, I think a lot of people have not worked directly closely with the Forum cut cookies. They've worked with some of the what did the fucking cookies people call them? They used to call them I can't remember. They used to make fun of people who had bag seed cookies and stuff. That's not fair because some of those cuts actually were really good. I think Exotic Mike actually got his cookies cut as a bag seed, basically. Anyway, the Forum cut cookies, the closer you get to that, the better quality, honestly, of Dee's just freaking drooling thinking about it, the better the flavor, the high, the everything, honestly. And I think a lot of the work, I've heard Matt Riot talk about this, the more you work with cookies, the worse it gets, essentially. And I think he's not wrong about that, to be honest. I think he was talking the other day about gelato and something, and how basically once you get to gelato, you've kind of lost the plot. And anytime you start to breed with gelato, you end up just getting worse versions of gelato, which is very much true. Anyway, regardless, we need to get Matt Ryan on the show one of these days. That'd be super fun. Part of the dank is freaking rolling his eyes right now because he's tried. Anyway, what's Partner Dank saying? He's saying Thin Mint and Forum Cut are very different. Very good to know. Thin Mint has the smaller leaves. Many of the bag seeds were called fortune cookies. That's the one right there. Okay. That's why I love having Pardon the Dank on the show. It's nice to have folks that really are deep in the history. Again, it'd be nice to have Matt Ryan on the show because he knows a lot about this stuff too. Anyway, so that was the Fumidoro Skunk Works project, ladies and germs. And then, of course, the direct Fumidoro work so far, let's call those aren't even the prototype runs. Those are just the first of some other stuff. There's supposed to be a run right behind that. But basically, because of all the shenanigans, it's going to take a little bit. But thankfully, because I have some decent friends, I hope all is not lost. I'm going to have to wait 6 months to start over. Hopefully, more of these Jack the Ripper crosses are coming. I swear to you, that mail is amazing. So I would be so disappointed if they weren't. I hope you feel better, Pardon the Dank. Now that I think about it, I think he did tell me that he was sick. Sorry, I forgot about that. Cheers, Pardon the Dank. Feel better. What was I going to say? The 4 crosses that I need testing right now of my own work with that splendiferous Jack the Ripper. And my apologies, I have maybe thousands of photos already of these things, but because of all this fucking garbage, my main computer is still down for going on a month now. This computer, for some reason, is not recognizing my hard drives. If you could say that everything is going wrong, you wouldn't be too far wrong. So anyway, I can't show you any fucking photos right now. But just take my word or don't, I guess. I would like testers. Please start signing up. I'm going to try to create a tester form, but honestly, with the crazy fucking shenanigans of this month, I can't promise that. So a couple people yesterday signed up. Feel free to just do that. That works. If you've ever tested with me before, you don't really need to sign a tester form. If you've given me good data before, that's the criteria. I mean, if you give a breeder good data, and they don't give you free seeds for life, then it's a fucked up breeder. So long story short, if you've ever given me good data, just ask again, and I'll be happy to send you more seeds. The sooner these things are grown, the better, because I definitely don't have a year to wait on these pieces of information, because it just doesn't help. You know what I mean? It doesn't help. It doesn't help in terms of actual breeding information. It doesn't help in terms of marketing, nothing. You know what I mean? So if you have time to grow it fairly soon, I would very much like to give you either the Bedrock Boogie Cross, to cross, of course, the Jack the Ripper, cuvee, same cuvee that's made Morgana and everything else, cross the Jack the Ripper instead of my Ruby Jack F2. Oaxacan Thunderfuck, cross the Jack the Ripper, should be a shorter flowering, maybe even more skull punchy version of some of the crosses that I've released, actually in a weirdly similar way, kind of a similar high, similar kind of a tie high, stuff like that. But again, way shorter flowering, probably even better for hash, to be honest, because Jack the Ripper has traditionally been exceptional for hash. Look at those chickens. Here, let's focus on that garden. And then the fourth one is definitely the fourth one is definitely the one that you shouldn't sign up for unless you are potentially willing to grow something either amazing or boofy, because it's a pure Afghan that is wild as fuck, and I've had a hard time taming it in my garden. It basically wants to grow outdoors in a big fucking field where it's 110 degrees outside in the summer. So I've really struggled, kind of like Oaxacan Thunderfuck. Actually, I've struggled to that. It took me a while to really get that plant happy and figure out what she wanted. This Afghan has been a little bit problematic, but the fucking terpenes coming off that one are stunning, and it's an untouched Afghan genetic. And the few times that I've been able to actually smoke sweet off of it got me high. So I didn't have a ton of seeds off that one, but that Afghan crossed Jack the Ripper, it will either be splendiferous fucking magnificence, or of course it could be garbage.
No, baby.
Sign up, ladies and gentlemen. If you are intrepid, I would very much recommend trying that one out. I think it'd be pretty interesting. If nothing else, it'll be interesting to look at. Look at those chickens. What's going on, BT? Cheers, buddy.
What's happening, Roman? How you doing? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Awesome. Everything coming in good? I changed my modem around to see if it'd come in a little better outside.
Nice.
Right on.
Videos coming in good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's your sour Morgana right
Sweet.
there.
Oh shit.
She's like 8 feet tall
Wow.
or so.
Oh wow.
Nice looking plant.
Check this out, Mrs. D.
Hmm.
Wait a minute. Oh, show the playback. I gotta mute myself.
Looking solid.
Funny, got a nice sunny day today, as of
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, we've had nothing but massive fucking rain up here. Had some torrential rain yesterday and wicked tornado style winds. So where we get like no light to the back of the plants, I'll throw some of these insulation boards and
Mhm.
direct some light back here, and you can see all the leaves
Good idea.
folding down to try to catch it and
Yeah,
capture it.
that's a good idea. Nice.
But yeah, no, she's get in there and get some cleaning up done on her and stuff. Everything's into the push here really hard
Mhm.
and the stretch and everything. So
Oh, are you
yeah,
already
no.
starting to? Are you already flowering there or what?
Yeah, yep. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
everything's starting. Just starting to
Wow.
throw. Let's see if we can, like on this one here, you can see this. I don't know if that's coming in good enough or not, but you can see some little white pistils just starting. Everything's real stretchy right now, you know, just getting its legs going. And
That's
I
awesome.
should. I gotta take off in a second, but maybe right before I go, I should show off the mom. I have the mom of Sour Morgana. Basically, she's technically a Morgana
Yep.
prototype, and she's outside. She's got the pistils and stuff, but thankfully she's not flowering yet. I'm hoping she'll push until the end of the month. We get about 13 hours right at the end of September or the end of August. So right the switch over the month is where it kind of flips over like 13 hours. So we'll see how quickly she flips.
yeah, when I ran it indoors, I ran this indoors, the Sour Morgana, the Tis But a Scratch, and one other one. I don't remember, maybe the Morgana V2 or something. I'd have to look. But the Sour Morgana and the Tis But a Scratch were the two that wanted to finish off first. They were into the early of like 60 days or so. And so I figured a couple of these for outdoors would be a good little check to kind of see. I enjoyed them indoors, so I'm sure, you know, I'm definitely going to enjoy them outdoors. But this is the first year, obviously, first time running this one out here and stuff. But it's running really good.
They sure look
And
good.
I got the Tis But a Scratch here. I threw it out here,
Nice.
and I was going to do just the tall, like a real tall.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
But the
Tall plant, and I was going to take care of it from. Yeah, we're getting away from the modem, so probably. But that one, this is
video-
a scratch.
the video is coming in good. Looks good, VT.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
one.
have a lot of photos
gotta
of
be
Tis But a
pushing.
Scratch, but I like the flavor on it. If people have a chance to grow it, it's really really bright citrus strawberries and freaking yeah, like lemons and strawberries and oranges. It's really flavorful. Oh, we can't hear you.
I can't see.
Dee, what are your thoughts? Ryan Kwiatkowski is saying that he wants to come on in a little bit. Do you want to keep talking? Because I got to bounce here, in a second, but I could just leave it running if you want.
Sure, I can go for a bit longer.
Oh, all right.
I hope. I don't know if. Are we so sure? Okay.
Where you said?
So I'm gonna show my plants on after.
Oh yeah, and maybe I can show off the mom too. Give me a second. Here, let me make you first. I'll make you co-host, and then I'll hop on here in a second.
I can go back and trade.
Here, I'm going to stop spotlighting you for just a sec. Oh, here, go for it. Nice looking leaf there.
Yeah.
Hi, Tiger. Hi, Tiger. Oh.
Oh, Bella. Come on. Good girl. Right on, Southern.
Thank you. Yep, she's doing really well. I mean, just natural in the ground. We our compost pile that we make with just food scraps and animal waste, combination of the pig shit when we had the pigs here, chicken shit, duck shit, rabbit shit, and whatnot.
Yeah.
The worms eat it. We throw it on top, and that's all we do for the whole year. Like we don't add anything crazy or do anything crazy. If she starts to show like a sign like she needs something, then we'll make up like a little compost tea, and that usually solves the problem. But a lot of leaf stuff and stuff from the woods, let the worms eat up, because we've got those damn Japanese worms here that they talk about that are invasive, that like eat a shitload of the your organic matter and your compost and everything. And there's no joke, those worms like get so fucking big and they eat so much stuff. There's sections in the garden where you'll dig in and you'll start coming across them, and the whole section will be just fucking worm castings, and you're all out of organic matter already. So we're piling on like twice as much organic matter as we normally do because of these damn worms and stuff. They are a problem. A severe problem. You pick them up and they squirm so much in your hand that they'll jump out of your hand like 5 feet away and stuff. Sometimes they split into two on you and stuff. Like,
wait, hold on. I'm gonna hold on 1 second, Fumi. I see you there now. I'm gonna spotlight you. I'm gonna unspotlight Southern.
He's not nearly as big as VT's. But yeah, this is the actual mom.
Right on.
Got a couple of yellow leaves.
That looks good.
nice.
She's happy. She's going to stack pretty good. I need to come in here and clean this up in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's healthy and happy. She got a tiny bit of PM when I first put her on here, so we sprayed some milk on her, and since then she's been great.
Right on. That's they say that works.
Yep.
So fast.
Anyway, I got to bounce here.
You
Right.
stay there.
Cool.
bro.
Thank you, Glenn.
Oh, he's gone.
Sweet,
Yeah,
So what's new with you, D?
Not much. Oh fuck! Something in my boot now. There we go. My spotlighted. All right, here. I hope Pardon the Dank is still watching, because I was gonna show him this. Let me just rotate my camera, put it sideways. I saw a post he put in Discord somewhere about grassless camouflage. Well, here's my camouflage right here. And it goes all the way up past so you can't see it down my hill inside my house. It goes all the way around.
Nice.
Even over on this side. All camouflage. And in the middle, boom. My lonely plant. It's blueberry muffins.
Sorry, you only have one plant, D. That's too
That's
bad.
all good. It happened, you know. Whoops, it's upside down.
Luckily,
yeah.
the muffin is really nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I gave my friends I gave my friends a blueberry muffin plant, so hopefully they're going to have a really nice blueberry muffin plant this year. It's not going to be that big, but it's still going to be okay. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Look at those bunnies. All right, I got to balance. I'm gonna here's Smash right here. I'm gonna make D the host, and there we go. I'll see you in a little bit. I might be back in an hour or so. We'll see. Maybe I'll see you when I come back.
All right.
Guys, don't forget, if you guys would like to, I hate to be a freaking capitalist about this, but if you guys would like to help with the shenanigans in the Fumidoro garden, use the coupon code Moving Sale. While I burp. Moving Sale at Fumidoro for 42% off on genetics. The coupon code is not active for merch or Gage Green stuff, but it is definitely active for all Fumidoro genetics. So go take a look at Fumidoro.com. Take a look, for example, Figment, Oblivion, all the different Morgana versions. There is actually an unreleased Morgana version that I realize now, because of all the shenanigans, I should release. And it's basically the Cuvée F2 crossed to the Coot Special. So a little bit different version of the Morgana there. If you'd like that one, just ask. Ladies and germs, I'm gonna take off here and hand it off to you guys. Thanks very much for the high noon safety meeting. If you guys are not here when I come back, have a good afternoon and good evening and all that kind of stuff. And I might go live tonight. I was saying this earlier. I'm just kind of babbling. I might go live for a little bit tonight while I basically before I chop that Jack the Ripper or whatever. So I don't know how long of a show that is. I don't want D to have to feel like he has to be there or something. But if you guys would like to hop on here, the option exists there. Otherwise, I'll just go live for 5 or 10 minutes or something. So. Anyway, later, Gators and deep fried taters. Adios. Cheers, Smash.
What's up,
Hey,
fam?
man,
Yo,
what's going on, man? What did you do over here, Cat? Jesus.
Tapping and smash. Cheers, buddy.
Shit. That's like doing toilet paper. Whoa. I don't know if you lost Smash or not.
I had a rum cake. My little chem dog.
Nice.
Right on.
Apple fritter. And then this is the mail I'm using. Starting to bust pollen. These should be flipping any minute.
Any minute. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're still at 14 hours of light. So I might end up having to collect some pollen and hold it. Yeah, just a little breeding project. Everything's looking better. Last night we were gonna get a lot of rain, so I came out and I cut up some black tarps and I put them over the tops so they didn't get too soaking wet.
There you go. Sorry, I was washing my hands. I had dirty hands from the soil. Time to get joints ready. 10-minute warning, everybody. I think we lost Smashed. Ugh. Look out, Moo. Get the hell out of the way.
That's a steel fucking.
Everybody's back. We're having a hard time hearing you, Smash. Keep going in and out.
Wait, this one didn't like the wind today. She's a little weak. He's a little.
Probably,
He's
this
a
is
little
gonna be.
silica. She's probably gonna need some holding up this year. Look at that, man. The wind came ripping through here today so bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Broke a couple of them, couple branches off the sour Morgana in the back. There.
I'm pretty stoked because there's a lot of overgrown right here, and my yard's kind of like. I was telling people like, "Oh, you're gonna pollinate other people's shit." I said maybe, but like, if you look at that plant, like this is my fence technically. These bushes, they're about 12 feet tall. Back there's all woods. They don't grow. So yeah, the pollen has a lot of shit to get caught up in. If anyone was growing outside, if a male accidentally pollinated someone else's garden. So I'm thinking I should be all right. I've grown 3 years out here without accidental pollination from someone. So we'll see. But yeah, this is just a little breeding project. It's Chem 91 to Calio. That's my male. This is my male. I've made this. This is a F4 to this is papaya rum cake, triangle reunion, chem dog, and apple fritter. They're starting to do pretty good for little plants though. I put these out, they had roots, they were clones. I figure, fuck it, I'll put them outside. And however big they get, they'll be pollinated, so they're just gonna make seeds.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you, old fashioned. Just so you know, Hugh, we don't tolerate any kind of that kind of stuff in here. So if you keep it up, you're gonna be banned pretty damn quick. Anyways, 413, time to get the bongs ready, the joints ready. 420 coming up, Canada, Ontario. Woot woot. Let's fire it up. Look at that. Something. That's awesome. Look at those plants. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's coming on to 420, like I said. Cheers, Matt Matro, Matto, Matio. Within reason, Hugh. Within reason, bud. Yeah, time to get ready for 420. I'm gonna pack some hash and roll the joint. We set. What's everybody on chat smoking on today? Let us know. I love to hear what everyone's smoking on. I got this nice dry ice sipped or dry ice hash that I made with another person, Mr. X, another Mr. X. See if I can get a picture of it. There we go. Rain. We got a ton of this stuff. So good. All right. Let's roll the joint. Oops. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. L. You. There we go.
Goddamn wind keeps blowing down my stuff.
That sucks. Goddamn Mongolian trying to break down my shitty wall. Flowering. Can't read that. With
Sucks that I have to put this up. I have to have
what are you putting up?
the black tarp
Mhm.
because the back of my house there's a light right there, and she's got a light, so at night it kind of shines through. So
Yeah.
I put this, and also like the road, you're technically not supposed to be able to see anything from the road or anything. So
What
just
about? Sorry.
no, go ahead.
What about running a zip line from one end to the one end and then using a black tarp that way? And during the
It
day,
doesn't.
yeah.
They don't really stay.
Oh,
I leave it there because the sun doesn't come this way. It comes straight over. This is just kind of to keep the extra light in my house out.
yeah. I got a neighbor like that behind me.
Dude, I really want to fucking grow in here. I wish I could clean this out and turn this into a grow.
Oh, right on.
Do all my clones up there. then this back area could be the grow. I'd have to insulate it though, because this is a shed. But I was honestly thinking of moving out here to grow. But then the only thing that changed my mind was I don't want to walk out there in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, true.
Oh. I haven't even smoked today. I gotta go roll a joint.
Right on. You got 2 minutes. That's enough time. What is?
I'm pretty happy. I should have a decent amount of seeds coming up. What?
Right on, you. Sounds good.
Trim out some of the lowers there, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clones, 6 nice clones there. This is a BLR from Masonic, and it's growing really nice. It's got a really good stank to it. Just like I don't know what you'd call the stank right now. It's like just, I don't know, funky.
Right on. Those plants look awesome, Southern, though. That's crazy. Especially that Morgana.
Thank you, D. Yeah, I got to get some of these lowers away from the ground here. I pushed my luck a little too far with them here, hoping that, you don't get no splash up and any issues.
That's what she said. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, I forgot. It was Wednesday.
Me and Jimmy were hanging out for most of the show. Then Southern came on, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I fucking fell asleep. I took a weed nap there, and I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, the fucking meetings today. That's great. I wanted to put the modem outside so that way I could go outside today and fucking show Fumi his plants there.
Yeah, that's freaking cool.
Yo, Southern, you gonna try coming down for not this weekend but next?
Yes, I want to. I just noticed today that Marshall had been texting me on my cell phone. I never look at my cell phone and carry it. He like texted me like last week a few times and yesterday. So I got back to him today, and we're gonna try to hook up before, but and hang out a little bit again. But yeah, both of us get together and come down for sure.
Stone Root's coming down. He's in Maine. Charlie's gonna be there Saturday.
Yeah, nice. Haven't seen Charlie for a little bit actually.
I haven't seen Charlie in a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good for coming on at least 4 or 5 nights a week.
I know he hasn't even really been focusing on his garden. He's been just kind of focusing on the job he has.
Yeah. There's times when that's necessary. You got to put your energy elsewhere and put things on the back burner for a bit.
Yeah, I gotta bang out this fucking harvest, dude. These thrips are annoying as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you run stickies? Your little sticky pads?
I got a bunch of sticky traps I put in there.
Anytime I've had an outbreak or anything, I've always noticed that having the stickies right down, a couple of them right down at the base of the stem on the soil there, it seems to hold them off for quite a while there. I've never had them actually overtake me before and stuff. I'm guessing the stickies did a big chunk of the work, and then just doing a normal IPM here and there kind of helps out. Rinsing it off with open water.
I've kind of been negligent, not negligent, but like I don't like spraying in
No,
my
it sucks.
indoor garden.
No, it sucks. It makes for a mess. You got a lot of cleaning to do after the fact.
But now I'm gonna start spraying and veg all the way up till I flip to flower. Probably until there's buds on the plant, IPM is gonna be happening.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing for sure. Next time I build a room, it's going to be a room where I can go in with the garden hose at the end and just spray it from fucking top to bottom, wash everything right down, right out, because it doesn't matter how you see all these clean gardens. You know, people that do those super clean gardens, they must spend fucking hours a day and stuff because the air being blown around, the dirt and dust being blown off the top, fucking water being spilled, you spraying stuff. Like there's so many things that are going on. Like I don't see how they keep their rooms so damn spotless.
Yeah.
They spend more time cleaning than they do growing or something.
Well, if you have a drain in waterproof walls, all you have to do is spray the fucking thing down.
Right. Yeah.
That's your
Yeah,
wall.
it's definitely what I'm gonna do next time. Drain in the center of the floor. Go to
Yeah,
it.
that's awesome. Here's Miranda Family Farms. Hello, Miranda.
A little better. A little bit of height off the ground here, a little better.
Here's what's been burning. Miranda.
Pretty excited. I should get a decent amount of seeds outside, especially from the papaya rum cake and the triangle reunion. Even if I get like 100 seeds from ChemDog, I'm probably gonna make more of them. So I feel like it's gonna be a good cross. Chem 91 to Calio, back to ChemDog.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I haven't even had a coffee yet.
Dude, I've only had 2 today. That's like slow for me so far.
Probably gonna smoke this joint, go make a coffee.
Yeah, same here. I gotta go get a coffee, finish waking up, and roll up a fatty here.
Oh, yo, if you got the Dunkin' Donuts app, go to deals and promotions or whatever the section is, rewards. Go all the way down, and then there's a promo code. Type in the word bananas, and you get a free iced coffee.
Ugh. Gross.
What do you mean gross, dude? I'd rather have an iced coffee.
No thanks. Mrs. D, maybe. Not me.
Iced coffee is my favorite because you can drink it fast. I like cold coffee. I always have.
Mm-hmm.
Even when like I make my coffee in the morning, I put 2 ice cubes in it.
Huh. That's great. Hugh says nice garden there, Southern. Robert Greenfinger says iced coffee for the win.
I'll show the garden off. If Yumi does a show tonight, I'll show everyone the garden.
Yeah, he says he's gonna go live for a few. He'll show do something in his garden or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably be watering, so you guys can check out what's going on, dude. The Triangle Reunion looks crazy. It looks like TK. It really does. It looks like Triangle Kush.
Yeah.
They all kind of look the same.
Like Primore. Yeah.
Same thing with the Shine Apple. They're all pretty similar. The ChemDog too. It looks great, but I honestly think that's what brought thrips into my garden.
Okay,
Yeah,
Ryan.
you're reusing all the same soil and everything, right? Right, Smash?
Yeah. So the only thing new in the garden was ChemDog when this happened.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I quarantined it for a week. I looked at it, I sprayed it a little bit. I didn't really do much to the soil. I should have taken the whole plant out, took all the dirt off, put it, yeah. But I didn't do that. And then I get a month and a half into flower, and I'm like, what is this damage? It looks kind of like PM or shiny. I'm like, looking, I'm like, oh shit. I pluck the leaf off, I flip it over, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Hey, the one good thing is though is that they tend to run the lower section of the plant. So like, depending on how bad it is, you know, you could just fucking spray the lower section of the plant and fucking loose it and keep the top section, you know, clean and free.
I put my light like 11 inches away, and I keep it turned all the way up just to try to keep them like down on the lowers, because most of all my lowers get used for dry sift or hat or bubble.
Yeah. Well, not this run.
Oh, I'll still run it. But I'm probably gonna end up bud washing all my flower, because like I can't not have a harvest.
One more joint, and I think Ryan Kowalski is going to show up.
AC Infinity.
Yeah, I'm finally glad Vermont's changed their laws there and has allowed us to grow outdoors, even though it's only 2 plants. Like, it gives you the ability to do so much more that you couldn't do when you had to go out and grow a farm. The quality's just that much better. The plants are more healthier. Even though it's like I was saying, just 2, you can grow, like you can see the size of them 2 there. You can grow a lot of weight there. The downfall is you got that variety and that variety only, but then that's where, you know, a couple runs of indoors can change all that, give you all the variety you need.
Has anyone ever used something like one of these?
My buddy has one.
I think I'm gonna buy it and use it.
Look at trimmer.
And they do work good and stuff for, you know, you get your bud at the certain point where it's not too dry, it's not too wet, and they do work.
Well, I figure it also does such a close trim that it will help with anything that's like, because like I'm not really worried about the buds, because there's a lot of trichomes. So as soon as if they start trying to move towards the buds, they get stuck.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many on the top layer. They're really all, well, there's one plant lower than every other plant. That one's kind of hit hard. And then a lot of the strips are down underneath the canopy a little bit, where it's a little bit cooler. So I'm trying to keep the tops as hot as I can, so they stay down.
Have you sprayed your lower sections, like where you haven't reached to yet, from like there down, with like just some isopro alcohol?
I haven't really. I've been blowing them off and vacuuming.
Yeah. That'd be one way to kill them. And like I was saying, you know, if you're worried about like the alcohol leaving any residue behind, you just scrap that lower section, but you could stop them there in their tracks so they can't get up any higher, and then you're guaranteed your upper section to be saved.
They fly.
Maybe not a guarantee, but right, yeah. Once they get to that stage, they go through those different stages and start flying. Okay. So you got flyers, huh? They're not just the little guys on the weeds right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's because of like one, I wasn't spraying, which I never really spray indoors. I've always been
That way.
again, not against it, but try not to do it. And this time my garden, like that 5x5 tent, at one point had all 12 plants in it, and it was so crowded. I even if I opened up all three sides, I couldn't get to the middle of the garden. Now that's never gonna happen again, because as soon as this garden's done, I already bought a trash barrel. I'm just gonna use plain water, like some filtered water. I'm gonna bud wash, hang them, and then take the tent down, throw it out, build a room, get rid of the soil that's in my veg tent because I up potted a couple plants. Probably bring them outside, take all the dirt off the roots, repot them, spray them or dip them in some sulfur, and then put them into new pots. I'm gonna get everything old out and clean. I'm building a new room that I can actually walk around the plants. Like if I have, it's gonna be like, I don't know, 8 feet by like 15 feet. I wish I had a measuring. I need to upsize. One, I need more harvest. I need more room to have. I want to be able to, like, what I was trying to do this run is I have 2 grape fun dips. I have Chem 4. I have blueberry cookies, an apple fritter in the veg tent. And I wanted to rotate those in as soon as something comes down. I wanted to put it into flour, but it's not going to work like that. The trim bag's kind of pricey though.
Cute.
They want $229 for the trim bag.
I think that bowl thing, they want a couple $100 for that bowl thing too, don't they?
This is $139.
139, yeah.
This is the best way to do it.
It's really not.
There you go, D.
It's not efficient. I spend more time trimming. The more time you spend trimming, the higher the price is on the budget should be. But it's not like that. So what's the fucking point?
Right, true. If you're gonna utilize every bit of it anyhow, whether you take it off the bud and use it later.
And yeah, and that's the other thing. This is like, I'm probably still gonna hand trim all my top nodes, but like these bottom nugs and small popcorn nugs and stuff, I just kind of want something to use.
It is right here.
Right on.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind hand trimming all the tops, but like all the popcorn nugs, everyone knows. Once you start get away from the top buds, you're like, man, I don't really want to do this anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, ah, fuck this. It can go into food.
Yeah, I still trim my popcorn buds. I still smoke it.
Well, I tried to, but
But I trim as I need. Like now, like right now I got this bag of blueberry muffins, all kinds of blueberry muffins, but it has to be trimmed up. It's been trimmed to a point where how I actually trim it. So it has to be trimmed up to smoke it, roll it up. But other than that, it's awesome. I have to I hand trim. Sorry, Smash, go ahead.
no, I'm just thinking, I'm reading chat.
Oh.
Ganja Lion said if I don't feel like trimming, I just throw it in the freezer and hash it. I normally that's my thing too.
That's a good idea.
Then Al said hand trim is nice, but if you can't get what it's worth, spin them up. Like I went to an event recently and there was ounces for $60 and they weren't anything impressive, but like you could get an ounce from 60 to 200, but what was selling is that 80 to $140 ounces.
Thank you. There he
Look at
is.
his
Oh, yeah, I caught one of them fucking Japanese worms there. Let's see if it'll go crazy. They're
Yo,
fucking huge, like night crawlers.
so Miranda Family Farms uses an Herbs Now dryer. And I've tried his weed and it's good. I've been like, dude, he dries his stuff in 2 days.
Brandon, want to donate to me?
People saying this Canatrol is just as good too, but it's a lot more money.
Yeah, Canatrol is made right here in Vermont.
Is it?
They're another Vermont company. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're another Vermont-based company. You know, we got a lot of cool shit here for a small little state and no people.
What's the population of Vermont?
Like 600,000, I think.
What's the
Yeah, see
population?
that fucker.
That's weird.
Yeah, 645,000 as of 2021. Rhode Island has 1 million, which is a lot of people in Rhode Island. That's surprising.
Yeah, Rhode Island's tiny. Yeah, tiny little state, but they're built up. There, you go down there and you got a lot of tall buildings.
Yeah, you got the Providence Place Mall. There's casinos.
Malls are a thing of the past about nowadays, aren't they? They've shut down almost every mall here in New England, I think. The ones down in Massachusetts, like a lot of them malls are closed now. I think Holyoke is closed. Some of the ones down in Connecticut.
Wow.
Malls are a thing of the past now. It's stories we're gonna tell our kids when we used to go to the malls and walk around and look up the chicks and fucking go to the arcade or go to Crutchfield or whatever it was there and fucking blast some music and shit.
Hot topic.
Right, yeah, Hot Topic, yeah. That was always a good store too.
No, that's fine. That's weird.
God, I haven't been out to my garden in 2 days. These things are just fucking exploded.
Yeah, they look good. I'm so excited, dude. My buddy was like, yo, I just bought a house. I'm like, wait, you just bought a house? He's like, yeah, we sold our house. We bought a new one. I was like, oh, word? He's like, yeah, we got 7 acres. I was like, what? He's like, fuck yeah. I was like, so how much do you want for an acre in the back of a plot? And he was like, we'll work something out.
Here we go.
Wow.
So I might be getting an acre of land.
Right on.
That would be fucking sweet.
Mhm.
You don't need much, man. We're on an acre here. And
Holy
you have
shit.
more than enough room to get it done. You always want a little more room, but you know, beggars can't be choosers.
Well, he's gonna
Holy shit.
put a
Brian.
metal garage on the property too. And he's gonna, I've been trying to talk him into building me a little loft.
That's a lot of plants, Ryan. Holy shit.
Yeah,
You
these
should-
ones are
You
These
should
big
start
ones are-
making hemp t-shirts.
Right on.
oh, these are going to be crossbred with marijuana.
All right.
Dude, if someone could produce nice hemp shirts in the States for a good price, dude, they would kill it.
You'd almost have to do all your own
That's fucking wild.
mill work though.
Yeah,
Like
have
the
you
wedding
seen?
and everything. Yeah, I might even get a harvest off of all these.
Here you go.
Nice. Thank you.
I can tell I gotta
Wow.
cut down some more trees though, because these ones back here aren't getting quite as much growth. But these ones still haven't started flowering yet though, so they'll probably double in size.
Mhm.
Check this out. So this guy's making a traditional hemp rope. And he takes it, he breaks up all the stems into fine fibers. It's so cool. Here, I'll put that in chat. Actually, D, I'm gonna put that in our chat so you can put it in chat because I can't put links in
Okay.
chat.
All right.
Spend 2 days away from the garden.
I need to get some of those trays, dude. I don't have any right now.
I've got these ones, and I've got some deep ones too that I use for my cuttings. These ones here. Talking about cuttings, I should see how those are doing since they haven't had any water. Look, they're just loving life.
That's awesome.
I still got some clones downstairs that I don't even know what to do with. I took 5 of apple fritter and 5 of chem dog. They all, well, 4 rooted of apple fritter and I think all 5 of chem dog.
This one's doing good.
And I used 2 of them, but I don't know what to do with the other ones. I'm just kind of just sitting there.
So these ones that I cut, I mean, I'm guessing I didn't catch them quite in time because they're still in. It looks like they're in flower still. Will these grow at all, or are these just going to stay stunted like this? I mean, it looks like there's new growth on them because I clipped all the leaves, and these ones have new leaves on them. So they're growing, but I just don't know how. If I can put them under light and keep them in veg or not.
As soon as they have roots, I find that they can take lights.
I'll have to see what happens.
I just followed them Midwest. I've been thinking about trying to buy one of those like abandoned properties. Yeah, I wish I was in flower. I wish my females would flip. But I mean, I guess it's not too bad because the chem dog and the apple fritter clones are going to get a little bit bigger. But I don't need them to get huge. I just want to make 500 seeds, maybe 1,000.
You're not showing pistols and stuff? Yeah.
Well, they are, but they're not fully flipped.
Right. Yeah. No, same here. We're not either. And stuff. It's just barely into the first.
But
stage.
the male just popped. Like today was the first day I've actually seen.
Yeah, I want all these ones to stay in veg for a little longer. Because I got a bunch of really little ones too that I kind of want to, hoping that they get something out of them. But all my hemp is flowering already. Most of it.
Yeah, I should go out there and cover them up. But I feel like if I leave, I'm leaving the male out there the whole time. So they're definitely gonna get pollinated. Because a male works just like a female. It flowers from the top to the bottom. and the top's just starting. Like today was the first day I've seen an open pollen sac.
I've got a couple, I can tell there's a couple beaners on these females so far already. I don't know if those are from males that I already pulled or if they're from, I'm sure there's some more wild ones still I gotta fucking find.
The hash berry was here.
I gotta go buy some sulfur so I can take clones and dip them.
I'm kind of wondering, my water is high in sulfur because I just punched a fucking hand dug well out here, and there's like a layer of the fucking of the ground that's like that they call it. It's like decomposing vegetative matter or whatever. It's just like this gray fucking, like almost like a clay matter, but it really stinks like sulfur. And I'm wondering if spraying that is helping my IPM at all. I'm guessing it might be.
Probably has some of that purple non-sulfur bacteria in there. Is it, if it's anaerobic there or whatever? There's a reason why it gets that egg smell. And it's breaking down all that organic matter. You can buy some of that shit too, because we use it around the duck pond to try to help clean the duck pond. But it's also a good additive to like your compost and to get some sulfur and some of that stink going.
I add it to my compost. It seems to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, like when it dries out, there's like it gets like a little bit white crust on everything.
Yeah, because we're so damp here all the time. Or yeah, you know, you can't be out there flipping your compost fucking every single day. So the bottom layer always ends up getting compacted and ends up staying too moist. So
what I like to do is like in
So
these
there's
ones,
been a flood warning for the last 2 days here.
Wow.
I take sticks and I build a teepee, and then I build my compost pile on top of that.
Yeah.
So there's a little air pocket inside there, and then a lot of times when I'm taking when I'm flipping piles, when I get to that center part, the whole pile will be wet, and then when I get to that center, it'll be dry like a sauna because it gets so hot in that little pocket.
yeah, I'll lay down PVC tubes. Like we got some PVC well tubes that have all the little slits in it for the water and stuff. And I'll lay those down, but I don't think it gets enough air in there like that. I'll have to try something a little different.
I've also got some fencing that I just rolled into little spools. They're like little, I don't know, they're probably like 8 inches wide and like 16 inches long. And I lay those in my center too to make like a air channel or something like that. That seems to help. God, it's a fucking mess out here. I haven't been out to my garden in 2 days and it feels like it's been weeks.
Yeah, we've been off doing chores for the last couple of days, and the Japanese beetles have come in and taken over and chewed the piss out of our blackberry bushes. And now that I'm over there taking them off the blackberry bushes and stuff, they're like, well, what else can we fucking eat then instead? And jumping onto some of the cannabis. But
I've got some of them on my cannabis, but I think they're just eating whatever aphids are stuck around here.
Yeah.
But they're not that bad.
My outdoor stuff, I don't care. I'll spray that shit down with a hose.
Well, I spray these. If it's a cloudy day, I'll spray them all day long, pretty much. Or otherwise, like right at night, I like the water at night. And like right before it gets dark, I'll fucking spray the shit out of them and try to get all the moths and everything off of them. Because you hit them enough times and those moths just leave. They just don't come back. They get fed up with fucking getting sprayed at every day.
What was that post? Oh, go ahead, Smash.
No, I'm just thinking. Let's roll a joint. I'm gonna roll one more joint. Then I gotta get out of here.
Sounds good. That's what I'm doing. And then I'll close up the show.
Yep, sounds like a game plan. Sun's starting to get down below the treetops here.
What are we smoking? I always forget. Mrs. D, what is this?
It's a bubble.
Bubble. That's right. Bubble Kush. I'm smoking something called Bubble Kush.
Bubble?
Bubble Kush.
Oh, we got a mail.
Pretty good.
Yes. Southern, if you come down, I'd come down the 19th. Because it's a Friday and Saturday. But Saturday's 11 in the morning till like, hold on, check, like 10.
Nice.
I think that's the mail.
Friday, doors open at 3 and it's done at 10. But Saturday, doors open at 11 and it's done at 10.
Right on.
Which is weird. They're doing it a Friday and Saturday, but whatever. They
So
start
is
at
it-
3 o'clock on a Friday, dude. Some people are still at work.
Is this the
Yeah.
perfect time for me to put pollen on these, or should I wait till they got some more flower on them?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I start as soon as I possibly can, and I try to pollinate throughout.
Let it fly. Let that shit fly.
So I'm gonna try to paintbrush it on and try to get it kind of.
You're gonna Rob Ross it?
Yep.
Nice.
Has anyone ever seen? There's like a video of a dude that put together all of Bob Ross's paintings, and he made it. It looks like he's like, oh, everyone thought he was painting the same thing, but he was painting a journey down a river. It was so cool.
Right
There's
on.
he drew 3 copies of each painting.
Beat me to it. Yeah. One before the show, one during the show, and another one.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there's always one off to the side that was already finished that he copied. And then the third one went to like his vault or whatever.
Yeah, apparently they have all his paintings, which is pretty cool. You can't buy them either.
Yep, and I think his mom, no, or maybe I'm thinking of what's his name, fucking Mr. Rogers. All of Mr. Rogers' shirts were made by his mom. She knitted them.
Yeah. Rob Ross had a son.
Bob Ross had pet squirrels too,
Huh?
and he used to be a fucking drill sergeant.
Really?
Yeah,
No, that's crazy.
yeah. Bob Ross, he used to be a fucking drill sergeant. He used to be like, like fucking, drop down and give me 50 maggot. And fucking,
Holy shit.
yeah.
Gonna be,
And then
gonna be
after-
Sergeant Hartman.
and after so many years of being a fucking drill sergeant, he didn't want to be mean anymore. So he became a soft-spoken, happy accidents guy.
That's so cool, man. All right, let's get this joint rolled up.
Okay. Mute this. Check this out. So someone put together all his paintings. This is a video.
Oh, wow. I remember that painting. That one too. That's
Pretty
so
cool.
cool. Hey, can you post that? In
Yeah.
the- No,
Um,
I'll watch that after the show. I'm gonna watch the whole.
oh shit. Here, put the I'll put it in chat, our private chat. Can you put
Yeah.
both those comments in the chat if anyone wants to watch like a traditional hemp rope be made? There's a link, and then that the Bob Ross one.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out that Rob Ross. Awesome.
No, but someone found if you put them all together, it kind of looks like a scene.
Hmm.
Because if you remember, when you would watch him paint, he would like one day they looked the same, but then like he changed to waterfalls, and then he changed to like a dark sea. If you put them together, it kind of makes it look like a journey, but it's not.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This dude, I gotta find this strain to grow. Oh shit, where'd Southern go? Southern, be safe, man.
See about Southern.
Sulfur kills on contact if it's
There we go.
strong enough.
No, I don't want to log into TikTok or join TikTok. Whoa. What's everybody smoking on in chat? Green Fingers is 2 minutes behind. No, you're right, Tom. I think there are some missing. It says there. You don't think all of them are Bob Ross paintings during the montage?
Probably not.
That was pretty cool. His son sounds exactly like Rob Ross. It's crazy. Quiet and soft spoken. Emphasis deep. Nice, Cry More Bros. You smoking banana split. I've had that before. It's good. Or was it the blunt? Well, no, wait. Maybe it was the blunt wrap I had. It's called banana split. That still sounds good.
I'm smoking on some gelato cake.
Nice.
I got sluttery.
That sounds like fire. I love Slurricane. I'm
There's
smoking.
gotta be some weed down here. I'm not quite seeing yet because this reeks like weed down here.
Nice.
Well, it's not nice. That means that there's a little patch of feral hemp hiding from me.
Oh,
It's probably off in the middle of the swamp that I can't get to.
that could be a good thing. That means no one else can get to it either.
Well, it's the pollen though.
Oh, Right on Crymore Grows. What up, Miss Chronic? I mean, confused. Got confused.
There you go.
Thank you.
I haven't seen my pet turtle yet since I released him over here.
Here, turtle.
I think he's out here though, because it looks like there's like a slide path, like someone's been going in and out.
Hope it's not no alligator.
I painted him with some fucking nail polish though before I let him go. So if I see him, I know it's him.
Oh shit, oh shit. All right, I'm gonna
Good.
get out of here. We're going live tonight anyway, so come hang out. I'll show the garden off. You can check out everything's in flower. I'll show you some of the damage. Check my stuff out. Force Master 20. Kick,
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
Your
I'll see you guys
mama.
later.
There,
Later.
Smack. Ryan, any final words, buddy?
No, keep growing.
Cool,
Take her
man.
easy.
You too, buddy. Have a good day.
Yep.
Hope you find those plants.
We'll be looking.
All right. Well, that's it. Pull this up. There we go. Here I am. Well, that's the end of the safety meeting. This is number, we don't remember what number we are. We have to go back and count. Someone should do that. So I hope everyone had a great time. I'm just gonna give a quick station identification break. Let's see. Be sure to go check out fumaduro.com, Fumes of Gold, all that good stuff. He's having a huge sale right now, a garage sale. So don't forget to use that coupon code,
There you go.
garage sale, and grab some of his seeds. Some awesome stuff like this stuff here, Morgana. Got a fly pack. I gotta write down, I think the coupon code is garage sale. Let me just scroll back here and see if I can find it while I talk about these seeds. So he's got lots of different stuff. Tis but a scratch. That's he's got some Figment. He's got Dark Lord, Deceiver. Let's get down to my favorite, Evil Eye. That sounds like some serious shit. Black Soma Morgana V4. Gaffer tape. That sounds good. That's the Gorilla Glue number 4, I believe, crossed with Coots. One of Coots' strains. I'm like, don't hold me to it. Pigris, Morgana V2. She's got Baller Pack. Yo, yo, yo. Smaller pack. Yo. There's some Morgana. There's what I'm like right now, the Lime River Rose. So, sure to check that out. Use the coupon code garage. Believe it's garage sale. If not, just go back to the starting of the show and the coupon code will be in the chat again. Well then, that's it. Shout out to everybody in chat here. Who's out in chat? Pip, Ryan, Crymore Grows, Smashed. Hi. I can't say your name, so let's just call you Hugh. Atomic, Southern VT, Mr. Green Fingers, everybody out there. Thanks for coming out and hanging out for us for the safety meeting. Thanks everybody in chat that's in chat, not chatting, maybe doing gardening, doing some work in the background, listening to the show. We appreciate everybody. And of course, thanks to the panelists that came on and hang out with us today. That's awesome. And of course, thank you to Fumi for always, buddy, putting these shows on. We really appreciate you for doing these shows and putting everything together for us. And don't forget, Saturday, brains. It's another takeover. 11 o'clock Pacific Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. Until then, keep your stick on the ice, and don't forget to help control the pet population. Help have your pets spayed or neutered.